Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Tuesday Night Live. Adam Levy here from Canton, Connecticut. Glad you could join us. We do the Nucalm social hour here. It's just a fun time to get together with everybody on a weekly basis. We do it live every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. A lot of other great Zooms that happen throughout the week. Coming up at 9 tonight at xosialx.5hour. You've got the corporate Zoom. Stu does an amazing job on that Zoom, so make sure you plug into that. That's at 9 p.m. Also 9 p.m. tomorrow night in Espanol. Evie does an incredible job with her team on that for everybody's benefit to check out our Nucalm opportunity in Spanish. And then on Thursday nights, again at 9 p.m., David D'Arcangelo doing the amazing product training that he does often with Jim Poole on Nucalm, so it's always a great time there. Again, xosialxwebinar.com. And tonight we've got just a couple of things I want to cover because we've got a big Super Saturday happening this coming weekend. On Saturday, I do believe it is now at 11:30. Is that correct? 11:30, and that is Eastern time, correct? That's 11:30 Eastern time. It was at 12. Now it's gone down to 11:30. So make sure you set your calendars for Eastern time or for 11:30 Eastern time and do the math wherever you are so that you can not miss that. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Good to see you. Glad you could hop on tonight. Okay, so one of the things that they're going to be covering and launching this Saturday, which is kind of exciting, is the AICE platform that is being white labeled type branded for xosialX. Should be an amazing platform. I know that they've been working on this now on the Nucalm and xosialX space for quite a few weeks, and I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to having all the extra tools, all the extra videos and things that they're going to be providing, and that will launch on Saturday. It is going to be commissionable, and you're going to hear all about that. It'll be $10 a month, but there'll be commissions paid out on that tool. And for those of you that know and are on my team, we've been using the AICE app for the last bunch of months anyway, because I've built out a space on the AICE platform for specifically Nucalm for our team. You will still have access to that. And anybody here that is already using AICE and using this space will also be plugged into the xosialX platform that they are building seamlessly, I understand, so that there's nothing that you have to do on your end. You will just automatically fall into that xosialX system, and commissions will be paid on it. So it's pretty brilliant the way they're able to do that. So I'm excited for that for everybody. And I got to tell you, it's been fun building out the AICE space. For those of you that haven't seen it or spent much time with it, I'll share my screen really quickly here. And I know a lot of people have already seen this, but it's kind of important, I think, to know what's available. And again, the company's probably going to have a very well-rounded, include the MIS, which will be nice. Some of the other products, there'll be multiple languages in there. This is what our AICE space looks like that I've created for Nucalm specifically. And those of you who've been using it already kind of are familiar with some of the things that are here. I do have a section that's called No Attribution. And this is something that I've put together for people that aren't willing to spend the $10, or for whatever reason they can't get on the AICE for, they're just not willing to invest or they're not ready yet. But let's say you have somebody that you're working with that maybe falls into that category. They can use, or you can use these gems here to send to folks who are maybe looking at the business, and you're doing that for somebody on your team. So you don't want to send them something that actually has a link in it to your website, right? Because that would get cookied to you, and you don't want to do that to somebody who you're working with. So at the bottom here, instead of a button to your website, there's a little verbiage here that says, ask the person who shared this info with you for their Nucalm/xosialX link. So they could send this, you could send this to the prospect, and of course they would also then need to send their Nucalm landing page in a situation like this. But this is a great little gem I put together. It actually contains a whole bunch of other gems. So in the background of all these gems is another gem. So if you set this one piece of content, they would have their hands full with plenty of things to look at. You click on stories, you've got the stories, right? You click on some of these other ones and you get the idea. There's a whole gem behind the gems there. So I wanted to point that out. That's something that I've been using a lot, building right now in Africa, Ghana, Africa. I've been got a group that started there about a week and a half ago, and they've already broken a 5K over there, and they got many more to go. It's crazy when you see the kind of activity level that a different country does when they see an opportunity that's very unique, and they really understand the uniqueness of what we're doing here with Nucalm and with xosialX, and they're thrilled to be a part of it. So it's really been a lot of fun, but I've provided tools like that for them. And of course, they're going to or a bunch of them are going to get on Nucalm and when it's commissionable like that, and they're going to be using that as well, going to their own sites. So just a couple of links here I'll point out. One I recently put together is for athletes. There was a great training that Jim Poole did with David D'Arcangelo on athletes. And I thought this was a really great video. So here it is. It's 32 minutes. It's in there. It's one of the first things that they look at when it comes to, an athlete looking at this, or somebody that's a weekend warrior. And then you've got the validation of, the Blackhawks case study, the Washington Capitals case study. The Golden State Warriors, again, winning the championship, these kinds of things here. And then you've got, some other videos that pertain to people that are getting great results with, athletic abilities. And at the bottom here, this gentleman, William Good, ran across America. Great promo video at the bottom. There he is using Nucalm. During the breaks to run across America. I mean, who runs across America? Look how many miles that is, over 3,000 miles. And he was able to do power naps along the way to make sure that he was able to get well rested enough to do that. So these third-party tools that you have here are going to be really incredible. Of course, you guys on my team have access to this space, plus the new space and platform that xosialX is going to be pulling together. So that's just what I wanted to cover on that. See if there's any other thoughts about this. By the way, does anybody have any questions about it? I know we have got a Spanish section here with all these gems. We're going to have other languages added. I'll be adding other languages. The company will have to, add other languages as we go into different countries. And we're going to start spreading into different countries. I did a call today with one of the leaders in Africa with somebody in France who's really excited. And it's just amazing how one country can explode you into another country when you have the right people leading the charge who are excited and see the opportunity. And I kind of want to bring that to my next topic, which is, our business kind of only, or a lot of times it shows up as happening all of a sudden. Has anybody ever noticed that? Like it happens all of a sudden, right? So you're plodding along, you're doing your daily routine, you're posting the way you're supposed to be posting, you're following up, you're doing all the stuff that you're supposed to be doing, you're enrolling some people along the way, and then all of a sudden you get one that sees the picture as big or even bigger than maybe you do for their opportunity, for their country, for their network, and they get busy. And before you know it, you've got somebody breaking 5,000 in volume in their first week. By the way, that gentleman that just did 5,000 and went to 5K, this is his first week, and it ends tonight at midnight. So this story is still being written. They could go to 10K in the first week. It's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen. He's still a little bit of ways away, but he's got till midnight Pacific time today, which would have been the completion of his first week in the business. And that's when the week closes out, as you guys all know. So again, it happens all of a sudden. And I just guess I want to say to everybody that, as you're out building the business, I'm going to stop the share here. As you're out building the business, just know that people are seeing what you're doing. They may not be jumping up and down. They may not be, reaching out to you as much as you'd like them to, but know that people are watching. And as people are watching, if they see something new, a new piece of information, a new topic, like maybe the vagus nerve, that was kind of new. We talked about the vagus nerve recently, and so all of a sudden we're posting a lot about that. That has brought up a whole bunch of new prospects that have been watching all along, that all of a sudden are saying, hey, you know what? I do stuff with my vagus nerve. I know how important that is. And now they're, looking for information, and they're starting to reach out. So you just never know what is that one new thing that pops up or that you share that has them all of a sudden go, well, you know what? I got to go see what he's talking about. Right? I had another gentleman reach out to me just yesterday. He said, please give me a call. I'm like, who is this? It was a text. And it turned out to be somebody that's been involved in the business for a while. And, I gave him a call, and he said, tell me more about this Nucalm thing. I've been watching you post, and obviously he's been watching me post for almost 4 months now. So, and so some people it takes a little bit longer for it to register. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. I know, Craig, you've got a testimony you wanted to share, my friend. Love to hear it.
Thanks for having me on there, Adam. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, my friend. I love your background.
Oh, great. Yeah. You can do that when you upgrade in Zoom. Anyway, so March the 5th, I was in an automobile accident with my wife. Last week, I spent it in Philadelphia. Going to have surgery on June the 1st above my fusion in my lower back. And doctors look at me and they go, you've got 5 herniated discs in your cervical spine. You got 2 in your thoracic spine. You got 3 above your fusion in your lower back. Tell me how you can look at me square in the eye, and you look like a pretty big dude standing at 6'2" and 226 pounds. And I tell them about Nucalm, and they go, well, it's working for you. Then that's just great. But on a daily basis, and Adam, you and I talked about it on the side yesterday, it's like we won't be without Nucalm. I mean, I couldn't exist with 5 herniated cervical discs, 2 in my herniated in my thoracic spine, which is almost impossible. And then 3 in my lower back, and I already have 2 that have been, fused together. And to fly to Philadelphia to spend a day and a half in the emergency room, and then to see the surgeon, and then to come back from Philadelphia and go to a half a dozen other doctors this week. It's like, it should be wearing on me. And I guess there's a part of me that it does. But, when I posted that I slept almost 10 hours last night, and you're in that healing zone that whole time when you use, deep sleep and VT, and Adam just talked about it, the vagal tone. In the morning, I wake up, and the first thing that I do is I put on Jim Quick. It's in your priming. It's only 7 minutes, but the way it sets your tone for the day is fantastic, because as Jim Poole says, your monkey brain, when you wake up, what do you want to do? You want to worry. You want to worry about your day. You want to worry about what the docs are going to say. But when you listen to Jim Quick and you get up and you have a different attitude, you just don't go there. And I recognize now I haven't done a second rescue myself. It's probably why I'm a little on the soft side, so to speak. But the fact of the matter is that the stuff works, that there is healing going on. The reason why I spent the time in the emergency room was because my whole upper back and neck were in chronic paraspinal spasm due to the injury. And with with enough of the Nucalm, I haven't had a spasm in about 36 hours, which, unless you've had paraspinal spasms, and you don't want to have them. The fact of the matter is that that's great. And now I know all I need to do is just sleep some more and get some more recovery. Because the last time I slept almost 10 hours a night was when I was in high school,
Hmm.
and having that growth spurt. But, do the 40-minute rescue VT, once a day. As Jim Poole says, if you'll do a 40-minute rescue VT once a day for 7 days, you won't recognize yourself after that fact. And it just has a cumulative effect. And as Adam, has mentioned, we've been using Nucalm since back in February. So we've got that advantage of, you don't need to be able to explain it. You need to experience it. And hey, try it for 30 days. I mean, 83 cents a day. Hello.
I tell you, it cost me $37 a month to get my car washed. So
Yeah,
when I look at
exactly.
42.50, I'm like, hey, that's a pretty good deal. And I think my nervous system probably warrants a few extra dollars more than my car does, even though I have a nice car. But
That's
still,
right.
I appreciate that, Craig. And you know what? I could hear it in your voice that it's made a huge difference for you. And we love hearing from you. And I'm sorry you got into that accident. And good luck on the surgery coming up.
Yeah. Hey, if you use AI and you Google Dr. Alexander Vaccaro, it will actually tell you that he's world renowned, which he is. But we've known him since 1995 when he was, you know, just one of those docs coming up, and we're on a first name basis, and he's going to do my surgery, and it's going to be great.
All right, my friend. Excellent. Well, keep us posted on that. We'll be praying for you on it. And please get the anesthesia, okay? Don't count on just the Nucalm for that, okay? All right.
Yeah. For a spinal. Yeah.
Yeah, for a spinal surgery, yeah, let's not do that. Anyway, appreciate that.
Adam,
Yes,
Adam,
David?
I'll add one more.
Yeah.
I've had a bad back, very painful. I've had the L4, L5 surgery, and they had to actually move nerves around, and it was so bad. They found those little spurs in the spine were into the nerve, so they had
Wow.
to cut some of those. But uh, normally I never slept a lot, but I'm sleeping a lot longer with the Nucalm. But one of the reasons I have to jump out of bed really early because my back hurts. There's always aches. So my wife, why are you up so early? I have to get up, move around. You know what? I'm not jumping out of bed with a backache in the morning.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yes.
And how long has that been going on for, this getting out of bed thing that you're not doing anymore?
Well, it's been the last couple 3 weeks, but it went on for years. I mean, I'd have to keep changing positions all the time because the
That is
the
amazing.
surgery helped a lot. But I used to have a heavy drop foot. I have a minor drop foot, but the excruciating pain is gone, and the ache through the day. It's just a
It's
lot different.
amazing that vagal tone, those programs. That vagus nerve is connected to most of the major organs of the body. It's the longest of all the cranial nerves, and
Mhm.
it has a lot to do with a lot of different things, with inflammation, with digestion, and so many other things that it helps with. And the fact that we can go to bed and for 8 or 10 hours have our our vagal tone activated, our vagus nerves activated with one of these programs is priceless. I mean, I've been using it. I believe it's now my new favorite. I used to lean towards the summer rainstorm, but I'm a big fan of the deepest sleep VT. It's amazing. So thank you for sharing that, David. Appreciate that. Anybody else have a testimony they want to share before we wrap this up? Anybody else? Raise a hand. Or Bonnie, is that you? Go ahead. I'm gonna ask you on mute. Go ahead, Bonnie. Got on mute. We can't hear you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, I should have did this a long time ago, but in November, I went to a show and I said, I'm not going to buy anything. I do this every year. I fall for this crap. I don't need it. But nobody knew how bad I was depressed and how much I wanted to just jump in front of a semi. And I saw Joan. I walked past her. She smiled. She said, hi. All of a sudden, I am walking backwards. It's like, what the heck? And I said, okay, I'm here. What do you got? And she just explained it really nice. I said, do we have samples? She says, no. I said, I'm not selling nothing. I don't want nothing. It's all a bunch of junk. Okay, I got online. I ordered it because it was on sale. Thank goodness. I will not do without. People have noticed within the month that I wasn't complaining about my husband. I was happy. And then I noticed I'm a happy person. And I mean, I praise God every day, and I love Joan. And I'm so glad that I walked backwards and I saw her. And I even told our squad leader at our ambulance, because I'm with our Edgeley ambulance. And I said, I'm happy now. I'm not depressed. I'm not hateful. He says, whatever you're on, get a truckload of that and don't ever run out.
Well, it's fantastic.
I
And
mean, it's just my stories with that is just, I mean, I can't believe the turnaround in a month or less. And I didn't notice it. Other people did.
well, that is incredible. And, we do have patents on this product, and it is one of the things that it can handle is, mood issues, depression, things like that. So congratulations, Bonnie, on that success. And we love to keep hearing more from you. And yes, we love Joan too. She's awesome. And thank you for
Yes.
walking backwards.
I know. I just kept thanking the Lord that I found her and that she just finally, she met me in town shortly after that. And I'm surprised she still talked to me because I didn't know how hateful I was and how depressed I was. And she didn't give up on me. And thank goodness, because I'm here. And
Wow, that is amazing. Well, one of the things I teach people on this weekly Zoom is don't take no for an answer. And the reason for that is because this is not like all the other things you've seen, tried, wasted money on. It's not like that. Nobody has seen what this is yet, right? Nobody knows what this is. They might think they know, oh yeah, that's like something else, but no, this is patented neuroscience. And this technology is just doing incredible things for people. It's math, it's physics, and you can't argue with the math or the physics. And people are getting incredible results just like yourself. So thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate that.
well, thank you guys for being here for me.
You got it. All right. Anybody else before we go?
Adam had one quick thing. I was on
Yeah.
a discussion last night. I've worked with some of the legends in the industry, they're personal friends of mine, and we've had discussions about why some people are successful and some aren't. People say, well, they're great speakers, or they're funny, they do this, they do this. We actually brainstormed this. So you know what, when it came down to how did everybody get to where they were? The
Yep.
key is that anybody can do this. I don't care if you're, an eighth grade graduate or a college, Oxford or Rhodes Scholar, okay? Well, you know what the common denominator was? Was the one that talked to the most people was the one that was successful. It had nothing to do with a lot of the ability. People look, oh, this guy's flashy, this guy's this, and you're great. But the whole point is, but what did you do? You talked to more people than somebody else did. Simple as that.
I love it, Dave. I love keeping it simple like that. That's absolutely true. And the reality is that, somebody like myself who's got a lot of years experience, I can talk to less people and get better results than somebody who is maybe newer to the industry. You have to talk to more people to get the same kind of results. But over time, you get good at this, and then your ratios will get better, right? So
Exactly.
the only solution is talk to more people in order for you to have better ratios and to get better. So, hey, thank you for that, David. Appreciate it. All right. Hey,
As Italians say, be a
Yeah.
chiacchierone. That means Gabby person in Italian.
Well, that always helps. Absolutely. All right. We're going to wrap it up, but I do want to let you know I just recorded something that I'm editing right now. It'll take me a few days. I'll probably have a few different versions of it, but it is a presentation, an opportunity presentation specifically for network marketers. That's what it's going to be. It's directed at them. And I think everybody's going to benefit from sharing that. So put your list together of the chicken list, the people that, you were afraid to talk to about this, or you haven't, or maybe you talked to them and they blew you off for one reason or another, or they weren't ready, or the timing wasn't right. But there's going to be a great presentation specific for those people, targeted at those folks to wake them up, to shake them, and to let them know what's going on here at xosialX with Nucalm. So stay tuned for that. Should be out in the next 24, 48 hours. Depends how fast I can get it edited. But I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys so you have another kick butt tool to build your business. All right. Thanks everybody for hopping on. Don't forget 9 p.m. tonight, xosialxwebinar.com. Stu Finger doing the presentation like he always does. It's a great one. And don't miss it. So everybody have a great night. Thank you for hopping on. Appreciate your stories. Love you all. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye-bye.